Hey guys, it's Rachel at From Moments to Milestones, and I'm here today with our newest 3-card class kit. This class kit features stamps and dies from the Spellbinders Gorgeous You collection. Lots of fun little makeup purses, makeup, perfume, a really fun set for women of all ages. This one holds a gift card that I'm opening there. We've got the fun makeup set and the perfume bottle. If you purchase a kit, you always get written instructions and a picture of each card. In the back, I list the supplies that I used. And in this kit, I'm going to give you a picture of each makeup item, like the grouping of all the die cuts that are required when we go to put them together. In case you aren't following along, this would be helpful. And it still may be helpful if you're following along because there's lots of pieces that kind of look the same. We're going to start with this first card, Treat Yourself. And on the inside, I believe I put It's On Me. But this is a gift card holder, really fun to give to someone if you're going to maybe include a makeup store gift card or something like that. We're going to start with a base. You need those 2 purple pieces there and that little connector piece. That's going to turn those 2 die cuts into a card. So we'll start there. You want to make sure one of the purple pieces has little cuts in them that hold the die cut or that would hold a gift card. This is the one we want to start with. So right now I think I'm just reinforcing that score line on that little connecting piece. And then I'm going to take the connector piece and line it up on the left side. We want the fold on the left side, and we're going to line it up with the edge of that purple die cut with the gift card slots cut in it. I'm just going to line that up. You get it just right. It should line up just so. Now there's a little bit sticking out there where that trim, like where we're going to put the zipper or the trim on that little purse. I'm going to snip that off on this back piece so that it won't get in the way when I'm opening and closing my card. I'm just going to take scissors and cut right along that folded edge of the connector piece. It's just the tiniest little slip. You can get away with not doing it too, but it definitely makes it open easier if you do. So now I'm going to put glue on that top tab, and we're going to glue that top piece right on top of that. We're going to line it back up and lay that purple one on top, match it up and hold it together. You don't want to use too much glue. You don't want to glue your card together. Just giving that a good firm hold, making sure it's matched up and going to work. And we have a functioning card base. So now we're going to take that light purple decorative piece and we're just going to glue that right on top. And just put glue everywhere you can. Try to get, you want a good flat, you want it to get glued well. So I put glue everywhere and we're just going to line that right up. It should match perfectly with the base. And I'm going to put a block on top to hold that while it dries. And so what I'm showing you now, this is the trim piece. It can be a zipper or just the trim of the bag. And then we're using the little ball clasp at the top. And I'm showing you it has a little debossed line there, so you know where to put the glue. You're going to put the glue below that debossed line, and then it lines up with the edge of that trim piece. And I'm just using my mat to make sure it's centered. And that looks good to me. And now we're just gonna, that lines right up with the edge of our little mini makeup purse. I'm just gonna add glue to the edge and put down that trim piece. This makeup set also comes, you don't have to use that ball clasp. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but you can just, it has a little zipper pull you could put at the end as well. So lots of fun ways to use this little makeup bag. And so now we're going to embellish this. So it comes with a little tag and a little tassel, and there's a little chain as well. So these little pieces, they're going to go, that little thin strip, it goes right on the tassel. It's kind of like the thread that holds the tassel together at the top. So we're just going to glue that on. And then we have this little circle. Looks like a little eyelet almost. And that can go around. It can do a couple different things. I think I'm going to show you here. It can be the eyelet around your tag, or you can also glue it, half of it behind your tassel, and it puts a little hook on the tassel where you could loop that onto this little chain piece that I'm going to grab. So that's the chain piece. So if that little circle fits right into that or around that chain, it's going to take me a few tries, but I'm going to show you what I mean. But if you wanted this chain piece, it could hang off the zipper pull. It could hang off this this ball clasp that we're using, or it can, we're going to use it kind of to hold the tag as well. So that's what that little piece is. And so I'm just showing you the different ways. So what I kind of made a cheat, I'm going to use it for both. I'm going to put it as the eyelet for my tag, and then I'm going to place my tassel on it so it's also the loop for the tassel. So we're going to go ahead and glue those pieces down. I'm going to put that chain around the ball clasp. So just like so, so it's hanging. And then what I'm going to do is put glue right on those two ends of that chain. And then we're just going to put our tag right on top. I'm just going to hold that together with my tweezers, make sure it gets a good, it holds well. And then I'm going to fluff up my tassel a little bit, just ever so lightly, kind of pull them apart. And it definitely makes it look more like a tassel that way. And then I'm just going to put some glue on the back and glue that right onto the tag. But first, I am going to put some foam on the back of my tag. You can leave it loose and let it dangle, but I didn't want mine to fall off. So I'm just going to throw a piece of foam on the back of the tag, and then it'll stay put. All right, I'm finally putting that tassel back on. You can see I'm going to center it so it looks like it's also looped on that silver ring there. And now we have our little embellishment. So now we have a couple flowers and some leaves we're going to add to the bottom left of our little makeup bag. I did pop one of them up. That's a personal choice. If you don't want to, they'll be fine just to glue them flat. Right now I'm gluing the centers in. They're on a little piece of blue Post-it tape. So I'm going to glue the centers on each flower. And I am going to pop up the bottom flower. And then we have some leaves from the kit as well, and we're just going to tuck those in wherever they look good to you. I'm just going to pop in 3 leaves in behind the flowers. And now it's time to pick out a sentiment. I put treat yourself. And then there's also one that says it's on me. I just gave you the whole set from this Gorgeous You, I think Flawless Sentiments may be what it's called. They're Better Press Sentiments. So you can pick whatever works for whatever occasion you're going to give this card away for. I'm going to stick with the Treat Yourself, and I popped it up on some foam. And then the It's on Me, you could put it in there so when they take out the gift card they could see it. You really could put it wherever you want. I think I'm going to hold off for now. And let's see, we also have some gems. You have 2 large gems and 2 small. The larger gems are going to go on top of those ball clasps just to add a little bling. And the other 2 smaller ones, those are going to go onto your flower centers. And that does it for that card. That one's finished. On to our next card. You are all kinds of amazing. This sweet little perfume bottle and lipstick. I think we'll get some of these the card base out of the way. So you have some black cardstock. You just need to lay that onto the white card base. And then this embossed panel is going to go on the center of the black. You'll have a very thin black border. And I think we'll set that aside, and we're going to put together our perfume bottle. So you should have the perfume bottle, a light pink panel, and then the white panel with the sentiment. So we're just going to layer those up. You're going to put the pink onto the fog. It's cut out of fog cardstock from Spellbinders, the perfume bottle, and then the white on top. I didn't pop anything up. They're just all laid flat. And I'm going to find this silver piece that looks like this, and it goes behind the top of our perfume bottle just to give some shine back there. And it should match up perfectly. And this large piece here is the top of your perfume bottle, and it's going to get tucked right behind. So I'm just going to put some glue on the end and tuck it behind there, just up to those little lines like that. And now there's those 2 little black trim pieces, and they're going to go, there's 2 spots here. There's a curved one and a straight one. The curved one's a little bit longer and it goes on top. And then that other little black strip is going to go in the middle. That's what's fun about this set. I mean, the color combinations are endless. You can really play around with it. to make it match whatever theme you're going for. I grabbed the bottom of the ribbon, and I'm just going to place that right in the center of that middle strip there. And this ribbon is 3-part piece. There's the tails, there's the ribbon itself, or the bow, and then there's like a little, like the center. And how you know you're lining it up is it's kind of an oval shape. It's more like an egg shape. So you want to keep all those going the same way, and they just line up right on top of each other. The tails, the bow, and then that little center. I didn't use any foam here. You could if you wanted. But there's your bow. It really adds a lot to that perfume bottle. It's such a pretty bow. I am going to pop up the perfume bottle. I've got the backing removed now. And good thing I'm checking for the center of the card, or the right side that it opens, and I'm going to put that in the center of the card. Now we're going to put together a little lipstick. So you need those 2 black rectangles, that silver piece with the lines on it, and the lipstick itself. I'm going to find a glitter pen. I'm using a Lawn Fawn glitter pen today, but Wink of Stella, Nouveau. You could even use wet glue and actual glitter if you have the time to let it dry. And there are 2 black rectangles. One is taller than the other, and one of them has a debossed line. The one that's taller has a little line on it. I don't know if you could see it here. I'm showing it to you. And you're going to put glue on top of that line and then stick that silver piece on top. And the other black rectangle really is just the lid for the lipstick. And so we're just going to have it sitting off to the side of the lipstick. So you won't do anything with that. And then you're going to put some glue on the back of that silver piece and place it over the lipstick. You can make that lipstick as tall or as short as you want. There's no line on there marking, so whatever looks good to you. And then we're going to put that lipstick on the left bottom of that perfume. Now, I should have put foam on it first, but I'm going to put some glue on it, stick it on, and then have to go back in and tuck some foam under there so it lays even, since that perfume bottle is popped up. So there's one piece. Sorry, you have to watch me fiddle with this. And then after I get that little foam piece under there, I'm going to tuck in the lid of the lipstick. I'm just going to glue it straight to that white panel. All right, so I think what's left is the flowers. There's 3 pink flowers. They're similar to the purple flowers we used in the last card. They have that same fog colored center. And I put 1 down by the lipstick and 2 up in the top right of the sentiment. Or the top, yes, the top right. And they're just glued straight down. I did not pop anything up. It's a preference. If you want to, you can. And then I'm going to put those centers in. And I believe I also gave gems for the centers of these too, because you got to have some bling on these girly cards. So there I am putting the bling on. Great, and that will finish off this card. And this is our final card. This is a happy birthday card. And we've got lots of little makeup bits to put together. So I'm going to dump those all in my little craft stacks so we don't lose anything. And I believe, yes, we're going to put just put that embossed cardstock onto the center of the white card base. And now I think we're just going to work left to right. So we're going to start with that compact. And I'm going to just pull all the pieces that I need. I'm going to pull over a silicone mat just to keep my glass surface clean of glue bits. The silicone's easier to clean. So we're going to need this long black rectangular piece. It should have debossed lines for the 4 circles and the little spot for the applicators. So you need this vellum piece. And you're going to need the 2 black applicators. And I'm going to fish around for the 2 white applicator tips. And there should be 4 different colored circles for your, I believe this would be eyeshadow. So there's 2 pinks and 2 purples. I'm going to repeat that glitter pen on those. This is an optional step, but I think it adds a lot of fun to gives the makeup a little shimmer. I like to do it right now so it has a little bit of time to dry before I glue them on. So what I'm going to do first is glue the applicators to that vellum strip first. That will allow us then to later hide the adhesive when we glue down the vellum. But there's no markings on this piece for the applicators. You're just going to space them out evenly across that rectangle. And then I'm going to put the little white applicator tips on the ends of each applicator. And then I'm going to flip it over and put glue behind just where the applicators are on the vellum, and then stick that down where it belongs on that black rectangle. Now I'm going to place those 4 circles. Any color combination you want to do, it really doesn't matter. I think I do something different here than what I did in the original card, so anything looks fine. You're just going to place those 4 circles in the 4 areas where there are debossed marks. And the compact is complete, and we'll move on to the next thing. We're going to work on the lip gloss next. So I'm going to grab my pieces. I'm going to need that vellum bottle, the pink lip gloss, the white applicator, and then you have a little tiny pink tip on some blue Post-it tape. And then we're going to need the lid. It's different than the two lipsticks from before. It has some little hash marks on the bottom and the ends are really squared off. So hopefully you can figure out which one that is. I'm going to go ahead and go in with the glitter pen again on the pink lip gloss just to add some shimmer. I think I am also going to do that little pink tip as well. I'm going to put some glue down on the vellum. I believe it has marks to kind of show you where this lip gloss piece goes. But you're going to leave a little bit on top so that we can attach the cap later. So I think I'm going to show you here. Yeah, you can see it's centered and lined up with the top of that where the cap will go on. And then we're going to take the white applicator and it's going to go right on top of the lip gloss. Now at the very top, right here, there's there's a little line there and that shows you where to put it. So it is going to stick up over that pink a little bit. We're going to cover it up with a silver piece. So that will be okay. And this is a silver piece. There's two that are similar. The other one is a little bit larger and it has a debossed line and some extra silver there. We're going to use that for the mascara. So that's not the one you want. You just want this one here that has the 5 little U-shaped things. I don't know what those are, just the little decorative markings on that. And we're going to glue it right on top. It's going to kind of butt up against that pink, but also go over the white. And then there's a little, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to put the tip on the applicator. Wrong end. There we go. We're just going to glue that right on the tip of that white. And then we're going to put the cap on. We'll put a little bit of glue on top of that vellum above that silver piece we just attached and put our cap on. It's going to butt right up to the silver. And our lip gloss is done. So next we're going to work on our nail polish bottle. You should have a vellum bottle. And it may be hard to find, but there's a little strip of vellum as well. It's the bottom of the bottle. We have the applicator, the white applicator, the black bottle lid, and the little brush tip for your applicator is black on some blue Post-it tape. So I'm going to start, put some glue on the bottom of the bottle and attach that other vellum piece on the bottom. It doesn't do a whole lot for the bottle. I've seen it used where maybe they use a color, or if they're using a colored nail polish bottle, they would use a lighter or darker color. So if you can't find it, I don't think it adds so much that you'll notice. You can tuck the applicator behind the vellum and get more of maybe a realistic look. Since I wasn't able to do that with the lip gloss, I'm going to go ahead and glue it on top so that everything kind of looks the same. And then I'm going to put that little black brush tip on the end of this brush. And now for the lid, we'll just add some glue to the top of the bottle there and put our lid on, and then our nail polish will be finished. I apologize if you can hear the sirens in the background. All right, let's work on our mascara. So you're going to need that long black rectangle. You're going to need the little black spoolie, and then that silver piece of trim that I talked about earlier. It has that debossed line on it. We are going to put some glue below that line and then lay our mascara right on top. The tube, I guess. I don't know what you'd want to call it. And then we're going to add some glue to the bottom of our spoolie. You can make this as tall or as short as you want. Might not want to go too long or it might not fit on your card. All right, we're working on our lipstick here. I just colored in the lipstick with my glitter pen. We made the lipstick on the last card, so you need those two black rectangle pieces. And then we're going to glue that silver piece onto the black piece with the line on it. And just put some glue above that line and stick them together. And then I'll put a little bit of glue on the back of that silver piece and glue it onto the pink lipstick. The lid is just going to hang around like it did in the other card. We're just going to lay it next to it. And then finally, we're going to put together this brush. You need the handle, the silver piece, and the brush head itself. And they're just going to stack on top of each other. There's a little line at the top of the handle. We're going to glue that silver piece on the narrow end. And then we're going to put some glue on the bottom of our brush. There's a little line there as well. And we're going to put the wide end of that silver piece on top of the brush. Very cute. So now we have all of our pieces put together and we're ready to assemble the card. Now there's lots of, if you don't prefer my arrangement, you could stack them up differently. I'm just showing you some options. But really what we're going to do is just work from right to left and put those little images next to each other. I think I popped up the lip gloss and the lipstick. I see my sample there. The compact is slightly tilted. I believe that was not on purpose. I think I'm going to pick it up here and glue it back down because I think it came off. Wet glue would be suggested over this embossed panel. Sometimes things don't like to stick to it very well. I'm going to put some foam on that lip gloss. And I'm going to slightly turn that one like it's leaning up against the compact. And here's where I'm going to fix that. All right, then we need our nail polish, and I'm just going to put glue behind the lid so we can hide that adhesive. And then we've got the mascara and the brush. Just kind of placing those to get an idea of where I want to put my lipstick. I did pop up the lipstick. Okay, I'm going to glue down the mascara. And then we're going to put down the lipstick. I'm going to put some foam on the back of the lipstick itself, not the lid. I'm just going to tuck that in behind and glue it straight to the embossed panel. I'm going to play around with where I want that placed, and then I'm going to tuck in that brush and try to get everything just so where it's pleasing to my eye. I think I fiddled with it for a little bit, and I got it where I want it. Now I'm going to glue it down. And we are ready for a sentiment. So I'm going to grab those sentiments that are left in our kit. And I'm going to play around and put each one that I have left there. The sentiment we use in the card, I believe, says happy birthday. But I think I land on something else here. I can't remember what it is. Best gift ever, I believe. I put some foam behind that sentiment and placed it down, and that finishes that card. Well, that does it for this card class. I had a lot of fun with these girly cards featuring this gorgeous You collection kit from Spellbinders. If you're interested in a kit, find us on the web at frommomentstomilstones.com and search for card kits there. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.